What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. This is our game against LA Force at home. This is a very short analysis because I didn't touch the ball very much. I was playing winger in a 4-3-3, much more of a defensive role. But first I wanted to mention that I now have on my website the ability for you guys to submit your own touches for me to do an analysis on. Most of them probably won't be uploaded to YouTube, but that is an opportunity for you guys to learn from my expertise as a professional player and my years playing in America and abroad, and also to get a sense of really how to improve your game from different position-specific styles of advice. So if you guys want to go to my website, it'll be linked down in the description box below. Basically what happens is you submit your footage, and then I'm able to go through, create a video almost exactly like this, talk about the positives and negatives of the way that you move in the game and during your touches, maybe point out some things that are good for corrections, point out some things that you've done really well, and just to give you an idea to help you move forward, and maybe even talk about some mindset stuff as well. So that is available on my website now. First link in the description box below. Without further ado, let's hop into the analysis. So we are going to press play, and I am number 17 on the left wing here. A lot of these actions are going to be defensive because, as I said before, I didn't touch the ball very many times. This was a really frustrating game for me. So this, as I see the 6 getting the ball, I'm going to pull wide. I'm onside. He decides to shoot, so fair enough. But just in an opportunity, being in a good position is always really important. So there's shutting down, making him play backwards. They're right back. Same here, so very similar play, forcing him to play backwards, and we go from there. Here is my first touch of the game, which actually was a clearance. Sort of came over the guy's head and wasn't prepared for it. But here's a doubling their winger, so making sure he has to play backwards. No worries there. This was a situation where I almost got there, and then our winger got there, so I got up and made a run outside. He was just about to play me, so I'm going to pause there. Okay, so that's a situation where if I don't win the ball, the guy slides in. Obviously, I had sort of gotten taken down, I guess, or had tripped over the ball, however that happened. And then our winger gets it. He's driving inside, and I can see that as soon as he takes his first touch inside, I'm going to sprint to the outside and be at an angle for him. The pass didn't come off, which is irrelevant because that's not important for this analysis. But the idea there is just to be an option in that space for him. All right. So then we play, and then next play, left back gets the ball, plays me into the space. So I'm going to actually pause it again. So this is a situation, you can see my head doing this. So the play that just happened before, where I made a run across, basically made a 60-yard run in behind, ball gets dropped, and then the ball gets played into me, the center back slides in, all that stuff happened, that previous play. That happened literally seconds before this was just about to happen, and I told our left back, I said, hey dude, I just made a trench run to the other side of the field. You gotta let me have a breather before I try to make a sprint to the other side of the field. Fantastic ball by the left back though. That's a great idea. Really good spacing there as well, and a good run to be fair, but that for me was my decoy run to give the ball to somebody else as I was catching my breath. So that's just something to keep in mind, especially as, you know, I'm a left back for the most part. And in those positions, when I am about to play a guy, I have to understand, okay, did that guy just make a run, or am I playing a guy who's got, you know, fresh legs or isn't out of breath? In that situation, I was still out of breath and I couldn't hit full velocity because I was, you know, 100 yards into a full sprint. So that's just what it is. But great ball by the left back, and that's a good opportunity to get into those spaces. All right, so we'll play. Then next one comes over, right back to the center back, and then this is just a rotation, so you see me following their guy, and then ball comes in, and then I'm just covering that central space, and we're able to get it away. All right, so this little chip ball into our 9 does a fantastic job of bringing the ball down, and then we're gonna get played forward, and then we go from there. So that's a great sequence right there, no problem. Then come down to the winger, right as he's about to cross it. We're lucky it doesn't go on frame. So, but again, just trying to double their winger, as you can see here, making sure that he doesn't get into those positions. So I'm gonna pause right there. So this is a situation, and this is just a tidbit for center backs and outside backs. So if you watch, the number 2 on their team is their right back. The guy who just played, the guy who's running onto the ball is their right winger. So he had tucked inside and then had run in behind our left back. for you guys who are center backs and left backs and midfielders and stuff, it's really important when a guy from the central area runs in either in front of you or behind you, make sure you check your shoulder so that you know, hey, if my winger, like I was in this situation, if my winger is guarding that number 2 or that outside back, I've got to be aware of the stuff coming in behind. So either the center back follows that guy or the outside back turns his shoulder and just starts to drop out a little bit, because that's a situation where he doesn't need to be there. So that's something for me to keep in mind as well when I watch my own game analysis, is like, hey, when the winger comes back and is helping double a player, if there's a guy that runs in beyond me, that's my responsibility now. So that's just kind of the way that I'm thinking about this particular play, just to make sure that all of our players are on the same position and we're not getting confused as to who's marking who in that scenario, right? So we'll play, and as you can see, I'm just going to sprint backwards, try to help defend there. Where the center back does a good job of coming over though. Little header forward, and they win possession back. Ball from the left back. Okay, so pause. All right, so that's a situation where, can I keep it? Probably. Yeah, not used to playing with my back behind or facing goal, but that's on me to get better at that stuff. When I do check to the ball, I need to make sure I'm side on, and then I was looking for a one-time run on from the number 9. So we had a conversation about it afterwards. Yes, execution was off there, but that's the idea that we're looking for, is either the ball in from the left back, great ball right into my feet. Can I hold it, turn and play, or can I first time it around the corner, right? So we'll play, and then just counter press and go from there. Next time here, supposedly that was offsides. There's no way that was offsides after having watched that clip back again. Good ball from the left back, and I'm just going to drive in, get the ball into our 6 again, rotate around, and then you can see me now defending that number 2, so that's a great situation. See how you watch the left back, he checks his shoulder, make sure, so I'm going to pause that. Okay, that was just a shit pass. And you can see our number 9 getting really frustrated. So again, got to overhit it, got to get under that ball. That was just a situation where I needed to clip it as opposed to try and pass it around. So yeah, but that play behind, the play previous to that, you could see once I checked into their right back, our left back was watching his shoulder to make sure that guy didn't come across him again. So that's, again, you learn from those things really quickly and you move forward. That's a really good high IQ moment there. All right, so we'll play. Next one, you can see me running across the back line. Good ball from our right back, just didn't get there, unfortunately. But yeah, just trying to be dangerous moving forward. So shutting down the right back there, really making sure that I'm putting pressure on him. And then he's able to pass out. That we should have won that ball, but so same here. So that's a situation where I just need to play with my back to goal better. You know, learning how to do that second position. Completely different skill set, to be fair. All right, and then this one actually, so this is just bodying the guy. The guy fell over. He ended up getting a yellow card for diving because I didn't touch him. But yeah, involvement in the play anyway. Second half, ball comes over to our side, and our 6 wins it, flicks it on, just not there. And then last 2 clips of the game. So ball comes in, and we suffocate and squeeze. Same here on this last play, making him play down the line, and then we've got cover on that side. So yeah, 3 minutes and 30 some seconds, 3 minutes and 40 seconds of play, of touches, and most of those weren't touches. So I got really pissed after this game because I was just frustrated with the fact that we didn't go down the left side very often. Is it something that we can improve on? Absolutely. Is it a situation where I look at that play and go, could I have done better? Absolutely. It's just learning a different skill set. And that's something that I need to, well, I don't need to, but I'd really like to get better at getting those different skill sets so that whether it's a left-sided center back in a 2, left-sided center back in a 3 back, wing back, outside back, winger, any of those positions I can jump into and play because I have the skill sets to do those things. So in training sessions and now in games moving forward, I've worked on a lot of that stuff. And so it's whether I am put in as a left back, whether I'm put in as a winger or a center back or whatever, all of those things kind of go together. And it's really important for me to look internally first and say, what are the things that I could have done better to help influence the game? And that's the whole point of these videos. I was really going back and forth, I gotta be honest with you guys, about posting this game because there was literally, like there was hardly any opportunities for us to get into the final third. And as a winger, I was playing a more defensive role, similar to a couple games ago against Chattanooga. And it's frustrating, honestly. Like, it's really frustrating, but at the same time, the coach trusts me to be in that space and trusts me to be in that position, and so I just need to make the most of it. And defensively, I thought I was really good, defensively, I thought I did a good job. Again, offensively, I want to be better, and it pains me, like it sucks. I hate watching this back and going, we didn't have very many opportunities on the left side, and the ones that we did, I didn't take advantage of them, and that's on me. And so I think I don't want you guys to take this as me being overly self-critical, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I want to do my very best to help the team in his best way as possible, and I have to accept, there's that old, it's the yin and yang of commitment and acceptance, right? I have to commit to, okay, my coach has told me I need to play a certain position, so I'm going to commit to doing that position as best I can. I'm going to make mistakes, it's inevitable, but I'm going to commit. But I also have to accept that there's a range of results, and unfortunately, the range of results in this game compared to the Chattanooga game was that in the Chattanooga game, I got the ball a lot more and I was able to do more stuff with it, versus this game where I hardly touched the ball at all. That's a range of results, even though my role was essentially the same. It was about the same. So commitment, acceptance, you got to know the differences between the two, and you got to know that they go together. It's a yin and yang of the whole situation. So I committed to it, and I have to accept that this was the outcome of this game. The outcome was that I didn't touch the ball a lot, and I came off after about 60 minutes to try and get more attacking players in and try to get us more opportunities moving forward for those players who are more naturally attacking-minded players. So for me, again, is it a negative? Not really. It sucks. I hated the feeling, but at the same time, it is what it is, and it was what the coach had put into play. So that's my, again, commitment to the cause, commitment to the team, all that stuff. That is really, really important. So just making sure that you guys have the right mindset going into these moments of maybe this entire game, like, I just have to sacrifice myself and be like, you know what, I'm not going to get very many opportunities moving forward, but I can do my very best in the defensive third and in the middle third to be as much of a nuisance defensively as possible. And outside of that, I am going to leave the other, attacking responsibilities to the other players, because my role is something a little bit different. And that's okay. And it sucks. I hate those moments because I want to play, I want to be on the ball, I want to create opportunities, I want to cross, and I want to do all those things. But in this game, it just didn't come off, and that's part of having a range of results in football and in life when you do commit fully to something. So anyway, that's a little end of the rant. I appreciate you guys staying around for this. As I said before, first link down in the description box below if you guys are interested in the game analysis service that I have put into my website now, and am providing to you guys. So have already had some pretty cool submissions as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.